If you're looking at this title, you know what this is. And you went to be thinking yourself, wait, there's another Spider-Man movie before Sam Raimi's Spider-Man film? Is it any good? Oh, no. See, I think the reason why people keep on saying that Maguire is the first live action of Spider-Man because people want to make everyone wants to brush off and forget, like the Dark Days of Spider-Man didn't already happen in 1977. This was the first live adaptation of Spider-Man. Yeah, it started out with a movie, then it turned into a TV series right after the movie aired on television. So what's the movie about? It's a origin story, and it's Peter's not. I'm not really sure if Peter's a teenager or anything, or a kid or at all. But anyway, he's really unrelatable, and he's lacking certain elements of the character that's needed in this. Like, he doesn't have the character's quips, or the character's heart, or the character's anything of the character's personality or identity, or outside the costume. I also think the costume looks really nice and accurate, like what it looks like a Spider-Man costume should look like. But that's the only thing I'm going to get to say about it. The Spider-Sense, whenever you see them, when you see them for the first time, if you're... Look, I don't want... No joke, I'm worried about... I remember something, You'll feel funny when you watch Peter's Spider-Sense go off, because he starts blinking like you swear he's having a seizure or something. Spider-Man looks like he's having a seizure when his Spider-Sense goes crazy, and there's a slight chance it could cause seizures. I am convinced on that. And he wears really questionable clothing. In this film, and also in the series, and you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the story's about. I've seen this now, or what any of the stories is. I can't remember. The sad thing is, I can't remember any of these stories that the Spider-Man told. Not even the the 1 hour and 33-minute movie. So this is my take on my review on the series and the movie. And you can kind of blame Stan Lee for making this, because this was actually was it the Japanese Spider-Man that was his idea? No, it was the Japanese Spider-Man that was his idea. I'm actually speechless of how bad this thing is. When the effects that you'll have is severe headaches due to the and the effects are really bad, actually. Like, I've seen the effects on the 1966 and West Batman show, and that had bad effects in it. I can't believe Stan Lee actually said that it had great effects for the time. In an interview about it, when he was like discovering his dislike for the series, it was like, if you see this adaptation of Spider, I can understand why people love when not from Maguire as Spider-Man. Like, in fact, if I have a theory that the only reason why the first two Spider-Man films got popular, one because they're actually good, but because they were refreshing change of dramatic change for about after seeing this. Because this is the stuff of nightmares. This is the dark age of Spider-Man. And it kind of continues the Sam Raimi films, the dark age of Spider-Man, I think. But yeah, I love how this film like makes me feel like I'm dying inside. I'm not sure if it's just this thing when you feel like you're starting to drift towards madness and have the desire to start committing murder while you're losing your sanity, your grasp on reality, and you're starting to question what's real by that point. It's like, the stories are really confusing to follow along. They're not really clever, and it doesn't have, for some reason, instead of using Spider-Man's rogue gallery his villains from the comics, that we all know and love, that were out at the time, that were out during the 60s, and these like made up villains that instead of using the villains from the comics, they just made up the villains that honestly I'm lost for words actually. I'm truly lost for words because I don't know what to say. It's I remember when I say Wayward. I take back what I said about Emma Sherland's run on Wayward Pine season 2 and season 1. That's not the worst series I ever seen. It is this. I'm trying to come up with something clever, but I think I blacked out when I was watching the series, and my brain still rotted. It has rotted a little from watching the series and movie, even though it's been. I know I watched it sometime 2017, which was a while ago, but still I think my brain is still suffering the side effects. And you tell that the creators of the show want you to take Spider-Man seriously because it has not a sense of humor, and none of the show has any of the humor from the comics or any humor in general at any realm of humor. And the acting is really bad. It's oh god. I remember Spider-Man when Parker gets accused by the cops and gets chased down by the cops, and how I remember how he gets bit by a spider. He's working at a lab as a job, and he gets bit by a real spider and starts seeing symptoms of a spider. You know what's funny? It just dawned on me. He never came up with the name Spider-Man. Or called himself that. or no one calls himself that, but yet he expects us to take him. So wait, it's we never see him. They do a really unconvincing job of. They don't even try to convince you that at all. They put no effort in trying to convince you that he made that outfit of the Spider-Man costume. Like, this is the laziest origin story I ever heard of. This is literally the most lazy origin story that you ever possibly imagine. Like, a lazy origin story, an origin story is supposed to show the strengths and weakness of our main protagonist becoming a hero, and see him overcome all of these obstacles through trial and errors. And eventually becomes a hero. With the suit and everything. And this is bad. Look, I don't know if I know I'm not doing that good job of giving those stories up, but honestly, I'm hard to understand what the hell was the story. I know this guy called Chris Stuckman seemed to like this over Amazing Spider-Man 2. Honestly, I think he's a bit of a retard if he thinks that. I'm 100% retarded if he thinks that. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that word anymore, but seriously, there's a line to be drawn of being nice, and this is where I draw the line. No, I will fully beat the crap out of you if you think this, and if any of you think this is good. Because I hate this more than the last Airbender movie and the Shyamalan film. I hate this more than any crap I've ever seen that I've surrounded myself with in my head. And when I say last Airbender, I'm not talking about this TV series that's good or the one coming to Netflix right now. I'm talking about the M. Night Shyamalan film of Last Airbender. I hate this more than the movie M. Night Shyamalan's Last Airbender from 2010. That is how much I hate this. Spider-Man put me in this deep, deep hellhole that I couldn't get out of until Spider-Man 3 came. From 2007, and that kind of rebuilded our trust that we had between each other, and it rebuilt my hopes in Spider-Man, just like Homecoming did. But I do like the Amazing Spider-Man series. I like Spider-Man 3 way better than the first two Amazing Spider-Man films. Way better, because it feels more like actual Spider-Man from the comic book character, the actual comic book character, the actual source material. The same reason why Homecoming is my favorite Spider-Man film of all time, because I feel like I'm not watching someone trying to be a fucking artist. I know a lot of people, there's some good chunk of critics that say, like consume stuff. Well, I don't want to see this. I want to see this guy's take on the character, not the character from the comics. And so I say, oh, go shove your, just suck it. Just go suck on a cock. If you're a boy or a girl, if you think that, I don't care. Or you're a transvestite. On either side of the sex, a transvestite. So, yeah, if the internet wants to, if this gets because he gets famous and the instant just suddenly is angry at me and hates me for making that comment. And you want to say, I say, who gives a fuck? Because it's worse making these comments for my hero Spider-Man. Who I always wanted to be like. But I'm not brave like him, I'm not funny like him. I'm not even smart like him, I don't think. I don't think anyone is on this planet is. Yeah, Hulk is my hero and that. I will. So I'm going to tell you something. The two heroes I looked up to more than anyone is Bruce Banner's Incredible Hulk and Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Because they are more of a heroes than any heroes I've experienced from comics. In my opinion, even though Batman is still my favorite, in the past Batman has this. He's been, even though I like some of his, I like most of his stuff he comes out with, but most of it's been underwhelming for me. Like the Dark Knight trilogy, the Arkham series. That's pretty much it. That's where it comes to underwhelming. Oh, and Batman and Robin. You know, all the stuff just feel underwhelming and stuff. And I'm starting to figure out why I ever loved him. Batman. Not Spider-Man, Hulk. I remember why I love those ones because they mainly remind me. But look, if Batman doesn't come up with pulls of miracles out of his ass like Spider-Man did, like the Hulk did when he made the first Avengers film, and like what Spider-Man did when he made Spider-Man 3, then what he can do. So yeah, I'm getting kind of tired of watching Batman stuff. Batman, actually. Just because he's made underwhelming. He's made sometimes a mixture of crap and a mixture of underwhelming, mediocre stuff. And that's the Dark Knight trilogy and the Arkham franchise. Every Arkham game except for Arkham Origins. And, Batman and Robin. And it might not seem like a lot, but that's a lot to me because anymore. Because one time is way too much for me. One time, when you shit the bed one time, and Batman has shit the bed more than one time, that is far too many shitting the beds. To a point, you just get tired of cleaning up the man's shit because he keeps on shitting the bed every time. And that's Batman. Who I'm really kind of starting to hate. Pat Robinson, Batman, better be fucking good. Oh, I forgot one more of the underwhelming. I forgot another time the Batman shit the bed. The 1989 Tim Burton's Batman film. Well, I did enjoy the film. It's just I'm thinking to myself when I first saw the film, is that it? That's all you got? So, amaze me? I'm not amazed. I'm just a little underwhelmed. Like, felt like it felt more like a cool breeze in the wind than my mind being blown or something, you know? But Jack Nicholson blew my... Not Jack Nicholson in the film did not disappoint me. Unlike Keaton. Who I hear is going to play Batman again, and honestly, I'm not sure if that's gonna get, if it's going to be like the first Batman movie. His performance. Well, the performance isn't bad in that movie. It's certainly not good. Like, not Batman good. But it's good in general. But it's not Batman good level. And the same goes for the story. The story is, well, I found the story a little cheesy at times. Very cheesy of a Batman film. Like, more than Batman and Robin and the Dark Knight movie from 2008. Like, this is probably the most campiest, silliest, cheesy Batman film you can come up with. And this is supposed to be dark, a version of Batman. And I'm just saying, really, if you're going to go dark, go dark. Don't just sort of commit halfway. Don't just try to make halfway between try to please it. Just please everyone because, well, honestly, because that's what I expect. Of course, that's what I expect to happen because Batman doesn't care about pleasing his real fans. He just cares about pleasing the wannabe fans. Now you probably wondering why I didn't count Batman v Superman or Mask of the Phantasm or like a Batman movie or Batman Forever or Batman Returns, because the reason why I didn't count those is because I actually thought those films were very good and solid Batman stories. Batman was perfectly fine and the story was perfectly fine. And so were the villains were perfectly fine. They felt like people, not just, you know, what's the word? They didn't feel like they had the Heath Ledger syndrome. Where, you know, you have a generic villain that you cannot relate to or identify with or be afraid of or find him funny or witty or charming or likable or anything, just blah. And that's what I say about Heath Ledger's Joker. And despite his cool look, he is just bland. Like Justin Bieber, except worse. Or Shia LaBeouf, except worse. Or Donald Trump, except worse. Anyway, I'm getting this. I know I went on rambling about other stuff, but that's because that's as much as I could come up with in an inspiring piece of show. The show that's uninspiring piece of shit. That's just bad. It's just getting a 0 out of 10, okay? And so does the movie get 0 out of 10. This is actually the first live adaptation of Spider-Man. I know this because I Googled it. Google said that, so. Of course, Google could be the Japanese Spider-Man from Japan or something. Wait, is Japanese in Japan or is Japanese in China? I don't know. That's all.